Hi guys, welcome back to Roots and Reflections. My name is Grace and I'll be your host today. So far we've talked about cyberbullying and how to deal with social media affecting your mental health, and today we're going to really talk about the benefits of a digital detox. So let's get started. What really is a digital detox? In short, a digital detox means taking a step back and just unplugging. You don't have to delete all your apps for forever. You don't have to put a 24-hour screen time limit on your phone. But it's really just intentional breaks to just reset and focus. So today we're going to talk about why they're important, how to do them, and what benefits you might expect. Let's dive in. Let's face it, when we spend a lot of time online, it really takes a toll on our mental health. As we've discussed in our other videos, it can lead to self-harm and low self-esteem and many more. And even research shows that excessive screen time can lead to increased stress, anxiety, and even trouble sleeping. So when we're constantly connected, it's hard for us to find time to just be ourselves. It's really like hitting a reset for your brain. So let's talk about some of the benefits. First, improved mental clarity. Whenever I'm stressed because of social media, whether that's because I'm getting so many texts or I just have so much homework to do and I just don't know even where to start, sometimes just taking a break and letting my brain really just reset, calm down, maybe I'll do some yoga in my free time, it really helps me. And every time I start again on my tasks, I always feel very rejuvenated and have a lot more energy than before. The second benefit is better sleep. The blue light from screens can actually mess with your sleep cycle, so taking a break, especially before bed, can help you get better rest. Now, you may be wondering, why is there a chair right here? Well, that's because I get to bring a special guest. Come on in. All right, everyone, welcome Chandra.
Hello guys, I'm Chandra. I'm a senior at Parkway West High, and I'm also part of Spark Technology Solutions.
All right, Chandra, well, thank you so much for joining us. And the topic of today's episode is a digital detox. So let's start off with, do you do a digital detox and what do you do for it?
Yeah, really on the weekends, I try to watch my phone time as, on the weekdays, I feel like we're always using technology for like different parts of school and homework. So on the weekend, I try to prioritize activities that don't require technology, like I go to Queenie Park or I try to play sports or go to the gym. Just anything that gets you active, I feel like is the opposite of using digital media.
Yeah. So do you realize there's any benefits to doing that, and what kind of benefits are there?
Yeah, I feel like, in today's days, like we're always on technology to the point where it feels like we can't live without it. So when you start to force yourself to live without it, you just have to you realize you get more connections to people around you, and you feel more centered within yourself.
Yeah, that's definitely true, and I'd say the same for myself. Well, thank you so much for joining us on today's episode.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, all right. Have a good day. All right, so that was our first guest of the series. Thank you, Chandra. So now we're going to move on to what specific steps you can take to really start that digital detox process. So the first step is set boundaries. Decide how long your detox will be, whether it's a few hours, a day, or even a weekend. And the second is turn off notifications. This really helps reduce the temptation to just keep checking your phone and get distracted from what task you're doing at the moment. Next is, as Chandra mentioned, find offline activities. This could be something involving nature, taking a hike, going for a swim, connecting with family members, or trying out new hobbies or finding new hobbies. You can also read or draw or even go on a walk. Next is be intentional about screen time. When your detox is over, think about how you want to use your devices moving forward. Whether that's setting a screen time limit for your apps or even deleting certain apps that you don't even need anymore, taking those steps is the best way to get started. And remember, it's okay to start small. Even a 30-minute break can make a huge difference in your day. All right, and before we end, I'd love to share a little story about my personal digital detox story. So, I'm currently a senior in high school, and recently the end of the year has been getting really stressful for me just because of college decisions and deciding where I want to go. And so that involves a lot of wait lists and sending extra letters and just doing a lot of work that I didn't think I would be doing at this time of the year. So last week I decided to take a digital detox. I really did not go on social media that much. I'd say maybe 30 minutes a day in comparison to maybe 3 hours a day, which might be a lot. Yes, I know. But after that week of just going on hikes and going swimming at the beach, I just felt a lot more relaxed, and I came back to doing all of my work feeling very energized and very hopeful even. Like, I feel like my mindset really shifted, and I think that's just such a good thing you can do. A digital detox is so important, especially in this age of society, and I really recommend it. So if you guys have any questions or concerns, please leave a comment in the comments and we'll make sure to check it out. And thank you so much for joining us, and stay tuned for the next episode. Bye.